Congratulations. Only 30 seconds left. God says you will be very happy tonight because God is giving you that one thing. Open this now. If you ignore this, you'll miss it. Listen to me now. Don't scroll away. This is not a coincidence. You didn't land here by mistake. God has something great for you. God is saying tonight is your turning point. I'm giving you that one thing your heart can't stop thinking about. That one desire, that one breakthrough, that one lottery win, that one miracle, that one prayer you whispered late at night when no one else could hear. You know what it is? It's been sitting heavy in your chest. But God heard you, and He's moving. Your delay has never been denial. You were never forgotten, only being prepared. And now only seconds remain. This is your final stretch before joy breaks through. Heaven has already released what you've asked for. It's not on the way. It's not getting ready. It is done, delivered, released. And God says you're going to feel it tonight. You will cry tears of joy before the night ends. God doesn't tease. When He speaks, He delivers. He doesn't forget what He promises. He remembers every whispered prayer, every aching plea, every tear you've shed. Comment 1 if you believe tonight will be different. You've battled silently, haven't you? Kept smiling through pain no one saw. Stayed strong when your heart felt weak. You didn't give up even when you were running on empty. And God has seen every moment. Your faith has touched heaven. Your endurance has been honored. And now He is saying, I will reward you in front of those who never thought you'd make it. You've entered the last 30 seconds before your atmosphere shifts. You've waited months, even years, for clarity, for peace, for love, for healing, for stability. And God is saying, you will not wait in vain anymore. What He's about to do in your life will not just make you smile, it will leave you speechless. Doors are opening that your effort alone couldn't unlock. People are being removed because they were blocking your blessing. The pain you felt was never punishment. It was preparation. You are chosen. You are covered. You are anointed. You are favored. And no demon in hell, no enemy on earth, no lie in your mind can cancel what God has declared over you. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. The enemy tried to break you, but you're still standing. That alone is proof that God has kept His hand on you through the fire. You've been walking through a silent storm, haven't you? One that no one else can see. But God says, I am calming it now. The chaos is ending. The confusion is lifting. That heaviness you wake up with is about to break. You're not crazy for hoping. You're not foolish for having faith. The promise is still alive, and it's waking up in your life tonight. Like a thief in the night, your miracle is sneaking in. You won't see it coming, but you'll feel it the moment it arrives. You'll feel peace in your chest, tears on your cheeks, and joy rising in your soul. That's how you'll know it's Him. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg for it. It will find you exactly where you are, because God's love is chasing you down. He sees you in your loneliness, your doubt, your fear. He is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. You don't have to pretend with Him. You don't have to be perfect to be chosen. His power is made perfect in your weakness. And right now, that weakness is where His strength will shine. Don't close this. Stay with me. You are moments away from what you've prayed for. God says you will be very happy tonight. Not someday, not eventually, but tonight. Because tonight, heaven is releasing that one thing you've begged for. Whether it's healing in your body, peace in your mind, reconciliation in your family, freedom from addiction, or financial breakthrough. Whatever your one thing is, God already saw it coming, and He prepared this moment for you. Do you know what that means? It means nothing can stop what He's about to do. Not your past, not your doubt, not even your mistakes. He uses broken people to show His perfect power. He lifts up the low heels, the shattered restores, the lost. And tonight, He's picking you up from where you fell and placing you back in the middle of His purpose. The battle has been long, but you've never been alone. Angels have been guarding you in silence. Prayers you forgot you prayed are still alive in the throne room. God's hand has never left you, even when you couldn't feel it. And tonight, He's proving it to you in a way that no one will be able to deny. This is the moment your soul breathes again, the moment you stop wondering if it's ever going to happen, because it is. It's already in motion. Heaven is shifting. The angels are moving. And God has already spoken your name in the courts of heaven. Bless them, He said. Reward them. Honor their faith. And no one can reverse what He has declared. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script long buried in government files can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Take a moment and let that sink in. You are about to walk into a miracle that's already been written. It has your name on it. It's not borrowed. It's not secondhand. It's yours. Divinely appointed, timed, perfectly released now. And all you need to do is believe. That's all. Faith opens the floodgates of God's goodness. Trust Him. He will not fail you. If this touched your spirit in any way, take a second and like this video as an act of agreement. Not for me, but as a quiet act of faith saying, "Yes, Lord, I receive it." Just that, nothing more. Let it be your silent amen in action. The weight that's been crushing your heart is going to lift. The storm that's been following you is about to end. Comment 22 if you trust what your spirit is feeling right now. You've been faithful through the silence. You've worshiped when it felt like nothing was working. You kept holding on when walking away would have been easier. And God says, "Because you didn't quit, I'm about to reward you in ways that will restore everything you lost." You thought nothing was happening. But the truth is, He's been working in the background all along. Every delay was Him protecting what belongs to you. He never said no. He just said not yet. And now finally, the yes is here. You've been asking God, "When will it be my time? When will the waiting end?" And He's answering you tonight. Not with a whisper, but with a move so clear you'll feel it in your bones. You'll wake up different, lighter, hopeful, because the chains you've been dragging around are falling off one by one. The thing that's been trying to break you has lost its grip. God's hand is stretched out and He's pulling you into peace. Don't doubt this moment. Don't downplay it just because it feels too good to be true. God specializes in doing the impossible. And what feels too big for you is exactly the kind of thing He delights in. Remember when Lazarus had been dead for 4 days? Everyone gave up, but Jesus didn't. He called him by name and brought him back to life. God's about to speak life into something in your world that looked completely dead, and it's going to rise. You might not see how, you might not know when, but it's not your job to figure it out. Your job is to believe. Stand in the place of faith even when the walls feel too high, because faith is what moves heaven. It's what grabs the attention of the Almighty, and your faith has been louder than your fears. God has seen it, and He's proud of you. Comment 333 if you're declaring that your faith is stronger than your fear today. Let's be honest, you've been through things that nearly destroyed you. You've had nights where you cried until your body went numb, days where your mind was a battlefield. And still you kept walking. Still you got up. That strength was never just you. That was God carrying you through fire you didn't think you'd survive. And tonight, He's not just carrying you anymore. He's lifting you higher. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Every prayer that left your lips landed in God's hands. He didn't throw it away. He didn't ignore it. He held it close. And now He's responding not with a whisper, but with an answer so powerful it's going to change the way you walk, the way you think, the way you speak. This is your release. God is not late. He's strategic. He saw the betrayal. He saw the heartbreak. He saw the rejection. And He turned every single wound into a setup for glory. The people who walked away were never meant to stay. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers were never the real ones. What's coming now has been hand-delivered by heaven, and no one can sabotage what's sealed with God's favor. You were set apart, not set aside. What others walked into quickly, you waited for faithfully. And now, because you waited, you're going to receive double. God doesn't just restore, He multiplies, He increases, He overflows. So don't be surprised when what shows up looks bigger than what you asked for. That's just how He works. That's who He is, a God who does exceedingly abundantly, above all you can ask or imagine. Right now, God is rearranging things behind the scenes. Doors are being opened, names are being spoken in rooms you've never walked into. Hearts are being softened. Chains are being broken. The warfare you've been facing that was never a sign of defeat. It was a sign that something precious was being delivered into your life. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't valuable. He's been trying to shake you because he knows what's coming. But he failed. You're still here. Your joy is returning. The light is coming back into your eyes. You're going to laugh again. And not just for a moment, but with peace that stays. That anxiety you wake up with God is healing it. That burden you carry in silence, God is lifting it. That person you've been crying out to be restored with God is moving in their heart. Even if you don't see it yet, He's a God of suddenly. And tonight, He's about to do something sudden in your life. One moment of His favor can erase years of struggle. One divine connection can open what no amount of effort could. One touch from heaven can turn everything around. That's what's happening now. Don't miss it. Stay open. Stay expectant. Don't let your doubt close the door on your miracle. You've been faithful, and now it's your time. You've sowed in tears. Now you'll reap in joy. This isn't about luck. It's about divine timing. God is putting the right people in your path. The right opportunities, the right peace, the right clarity. You won't have to chase it. It's coming to you. Because your Father knows exactly where you are. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. And you know what? You're not who you used to be. All those dark nights, they changed you. They made you stronger, wiser, more compassionate. God was building something deep in you. You may have felt forgotten, but in reality, you were being prepared. You didn't break. You bent, but you didn't shatter. You stumbled, but you didn't stop. And now comes the reward. This is God interrupting your routine to remind you that He hasn't forgotten what He promised you. He's getting ready to bring it to pass, and the countdown is nearly over. Comment 555. If something inside you is saying, "This is for me," you need to understand something deeply right now. The enemy never would have attacked you this hard if there wasn't something powerful about to be released in your life. The pressure has been relentless because the breakthrough is close. God isn't late. He's been holding it for the perfect time. Not just so you get what you asked for, but so when you receive it, it lasts. He wants it to be full, real, unshakable. And now it's finally your time. You're stepping into a season of sudden shift. What used to take years will start falling into place in days. The heaviness you carry in your spirit is being replaced with clarity. Your questions will be answered without you chasing the answers. God is going ahead of you to prepare the ground. You won't have to beg anymore. You won't have to pretend everything's okay. He's doing something deep inside your heart before He changes everything around you. Think back to every night you couldn't sleep. Every time you had to wipe your tears before anyone noticed. Every silent breakdown. God saw it. None of it was wasted. You're not weak for feeling broken. You're not dramatic for wanting relief. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. God is taking every hidden tear and turning it into a visible testimony. The blessing coming to you isn't just to make you smile. It's to make others stop and say, "Only God could have done that." You're not about to receive just another answer. You're about to carry proof of God's love, mercy, and power. People who doubted you, abandoned you, disrespected you, God's going to make them watch Him raise you up. And not because of revenge, but because of redemption. You've struggled long enough. You've fought to keep your head above water when everything felt like it was sinking. But look at you. You made it to this point. And that's no small thing. That's evidence that God's hand has been under you the whole time. Even when you felt like giving up, you were being held. Tonight, the same God who held you in your weakest moment is about to lift you into your strongest season. This isn't empty hope. This is prophecy being fulfilled. God doesn't tease His children. When He says, "You will be very happy tonight," He means it. Not with temporary distractions, but with real joy. With something deep, something lasting, with answers that bring peace with movement, that brings rest with change, that feels like healing a chaos. Comment 1212 if you can feel something breaking in your favor right now. Just a simple act of faith. Nothing loud, nothing showy, just a quiet agreement in your heart. You've been overlooked, haven't you? Passed up, counted out. It felt like everyone else's prayers were getting answered but yours. But God says, I was saving the best for last. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You've been hidden for protection, and now you're being revealed for purpose. What's coming to you has your name on it. No one else can take it. No one else can block it. No one else can delay it. It's yours. The reason it's taken so long is because what God is building for you requires solid ground. He didn't want to give you a miracle on shaky foundations. He wanted you to be strong enough to hold the blessing. And now you are. You've matured, you've grown, you've stayed the course, and He's ready to pour out the blessing that was held back until you were ready. The shift won't be subtle. You'll feel it in your spirit. You'll feel lighter, freer, clearer. You'll stop second-guessing yourself. You'll stop settling for less. You'll stop shrinking yourself to fit into places God is calling you out of. The things that used to break you won't even shake you anymore, because you're not the same. You're becoming who God always said you were. Even if you've made mistakes, even if you've strayed, His mercy is new tonight. His grace is big enough to cover every regret, and His love never stopped chasing you. You are not too far gone. In fact, you're right on time. God specializes in restoring the broken. He loves turning mess into purpose. That's exactly what He's doing with your life right now. Tonight, you'll feel a peace that doesn't make sense. It'll catch you off guard. You might not even understand why the anxiety lifts or why your heart suddenly feels quiet. That's God. That's how He works. Gently, but powerfully. He doesn't need to shake the earth to prove He's near. Sometimes He just lets you breathe again. That breath, that ease, that's Him showing you He's still in control. He's the God of David who conquered giants, the God of Esther who saved nations, the God of Ruth who restored hope. And He's your God too. The same power that parted the Red Sea is flowing toward your situation right now. Nothing is too hard for Him. Nothing is too far gone. Nothing is beyond His reach. If He did it for them, He will do it for you. So tonight, when you close your eyes, don't carry the same burdens into your sleep. Release them. Trust that God heard you. Trust that He's already moving. Trust that this isn't the end of the story. It's the start of a new chapter, a chapter of breakthrough, not breakdown, of blessing, not burden, of peace, not panic. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You're going to look back on this night as the turning point. The night everything started to align. The night you stopped just surviving and started thriving. The night your spirit whispered, "It's finally happening." You'll remember this shift. You'll remember how it felt to hope again, to believe again, to know deep down that God really came through. The burdens are being lifted. The fear is fading. And for the first time in a long time, peace is entering the places where pain used to live. Come in 777 if you feel that healing is starting in you now. God says you will be very happy tonight. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because something within you is being healed. You've been waiting for a change on the outside, but God is starting it from within. That's how He works. He builds the soul first, so the blessing has a home to live in. What good is a promise if the heart is too broken to carry it? That's why He's been mending you silently, patiently, layer by layer. There were nights you couldn't pray. You just sat in silence, staring into nothing, hoping God could read your pain. He did. And He didn't need fancy words to hear you. He heard the ache, the weariness, the hidden heartbreak. And tonight He's responding, not with a delay, not with another test, but with deliverance. A real personal touch from heaven that only you will truly understand. What He's doing in your life will make sense later. But right now, just trust Him. Even if it doesn't all add up yet, you don't have to figure out every step. He's already written the path. All you have to do is keep walking with Him. You're not walking into confusion. You're walking into clarity. He's removing distractions, closing unnecessary doors, separating you from what was silently stealing your peace. And yes, it's been lonely. The silence, the separation, the stillness, but don't mistake it for abandonment. God isolates the ones He's about to elevate. When He's getting ready to raise you, He pulls you away from what used to hold you. You're not alone because you're unloved. You're alone because you're about to be revealed. Some things must be born in quiet places. Comment 999 if your heart is open to what God wants to birth in you now. Something new is forming in your spirit. Look around. Hasn't it felt like you've been stuck in between, not quite broken, but not fully healed? Not fully lost, but not yet found. That's because you've been in transition, a spiritual middle ground. But that season is ending. God is calling you forward. Forward into joy, forward into freedom, forward into confidence. This is your exit out of the wilderness. You've been tested long enough, tried long enough, refined long enough. God is saying, I'm bringing you out gold. What you thought would destroy you only made you stronger. The pain was real, but so is the promise. And now that you've endured the crushing, you're ready for the overflow. You are stepping into oil and favor. You are stepping into grace and abundance. You won't have to force anything. God's blessing doesn't come through struggle. It comes through surrender. Let go of trying to control what's not in your hands. Rest in the truth that He's already holding it together. What looks like delay is often divine alignment. You're not waiting in vain. You're being prepared for what won't fade, fail, or fall apart. You don't need to chase people anymore. You don't need to beg for approval. God is going to send the ones who see your worth without you having to convince them. He is going to restore everything you gave up, and He'll give it back without pain attached. No more losing yourself to be loved. No more shrinking to be accepted. You're about to be surrounded by real love, the kind that comes straight from His hand. Tonight is not just a moment. It's a movement, a shift in your atmosphere, a shift in your mindset, a shift in your emotions. What used to trigger you won't even touch you. What used to break you won't even shake you. You are growing past it. You are healing through it. You are becoming stronger than the storm. God says you will be very happy tonight, and He means it. That means something is coming that will touch your soul, not just your situation. He's doing something that doesn't just make things look better, it makes things feel better. You'll have peace that stays. You'll sleep without nightmares. You'll breathe without heaviness. That's the kind of happy God is talking about. And don't be surprised if the blessing looks different than what you expected. Sometimes, the very thing you prayed for shows up in a form you didn't recognize, but it's still Him. The same faithful God, the same loving Father, the same miracle worker, just delivering what you need, not just what you wanted. Because He knows best. He sees what you can't. You are walking into answered prayers that don't just match your words, they match your heart. God is answering things you didn't know how to ask for. He's giving you more than relief. He's giving you restoration. What was taken is being returned. What was delayed is being released. And what felt like an ending is about to reveal itself as a divine beginning. This is sacred ground you're standing on. Not everyone will understand this moment, and that's okay. It's not for them. This is personal. This is between you and God. It's His hand on your life, His voice in your soul, His promise breathing through every word. Let your heart open wide. Let your guard down. Let His presence fill you. He's not coming with judgment. He's coming with love. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. That's just your soul recognizing something holy is happening. That's how you know it's real. It reaches deep past your thoughts and into your heart. That's how God works. He doesn't always come loud. Sometimes He comes in the quiet moments like this. But the impact is life-changing. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financial freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. And when it happens, when the joy hits your heart and you realize the weight is gone, remember this moment. Remember how close God feels right now, because He is. He's always been through it all. You've carried so much for so long, more than most people know. You've encouraged others while your own heart was breaking. You've smiled in public and cried in private. You've been there for everyone, but felt like no one saw you, but God saw. And He's saying, enough. Now I step in. Now I carry you. His arms are stretched wide tonight, ready to hold you, ready to lift every burden off your shoulders. You are not forgotten. Heaven has had your name in its heart the whole time. Every time you whispered, "God, please help me," those words went straight to the throne. Not one was missed. Not one was ignored. There's a divine response already on its way. You're not going to keep walking in circles. This is the moment the cycle breaks. Some of the pain you've endured wasn't even your fault. You didn't ask for it. You didn't deserve it, and yet you carried it like a warrior. God is going to heal the part of you that learned how to survive but forgot how to live. He's restoring laughter, joy, peace, not just survival. He doesn't just fix the broken things, He brings them back stronger, better, with more purpose than ever. There were nights you almost gave up. You didn't tell anyone, but God knew. He stayed close. He held you even when you couldn't feel Him. And now He's showing you why He kept you. Because there is still more for you. More love, more life, more light. You are stepping out of the shadows and into His promise. This happiness He's bringing, it won't be like the world gives. It won't be fake. It won't be temporary. It will be the kind that stays even when things aren't perfect. The kind that wakes you up with peace and puts you to sleep with hope. The kind that comes from knowing that your life is in God's hands and nothing can snatch it away. You're not too broken to be blessed. You're not too late to be chosen. You're not too far gone to be loved. God specializes in using the ones others counted out. He takes the rejected and raises them. He takes the forgotten and blesses them. He takes the weary and strengthens them. And that's exactly what He's doing with you. Now comment 1515 if you believe this word is confirming what you felt in your spirit all along. This isn't hype. This isn't emotion. This is your spirit recognizing the voice of your Creator. He is near. And when He comes near, things change. When He speaks, storms still. When He touches, wounds heal. When He moves, nothing stays the same. That's what's happening in your life tonight. Whether you feel it instantly or gradually, the change has already begun. Don't rush the process. Some blessings are overnight, others are step by step. But both are still from Him. Whether it's quick or slow, it's sure. Trust the timing. Trust His way. He knows what you can handle. He knows what's coming, and He's already made a way through it. Your story is not over. What's been lost will not define what's ahead. The broken chapter doesn't cancel the promise. It only proves how strong God's grace really is. You're going to rise from this. You're going to look back and say, "It was hard, but God never left me." And the testimony that comes from it will help others find their way too. Right now, even if you don't see it, angels are being sent to protect what's coming to you. The enemy tried everything, but it didn't work. You're still here. That means purpose is still alive in you. That means something powerful is ahead. When God is about to release something big, the enemy always tries to bring confusion, fear, and pressure, but you didn't break. God isn't just giving you things. He's giving you strength. He's giving you wisdom. He's giving you discernment. He's making you ready. Not just lucky. You won't be easily shaken this time. You won't go back to what broke you. You won't let fear speak louder than faith, because this time you'll be walking with the confidence of someone who's seen God's hand too many times to doubt it. Now the people who laughed at your dreams, who walked away, who said you'd never recover, they're about to see God move in your life. But more importantly, you're about to see it. You're going to see why it had to take time, why He said no to some things, why He closed certain doors, why He allowed that pain. Every unanswered question will become a part of a story that gives glory to Him. And you won't have to chase after what belongs to you. God is bringing it into alignment. The right people, the right timing, the right path, all of it is coming together. While you rest, God works. While you worship, God moves. While you trust, God opens what no one can shut. So take a deep breath right now. Let go of what didn't work. Forgive what hurt you. Release what you can't fix. And just trust. You're not empty. You're in the middle of becoming. You're not forgotten. You are being formed. And what's forming is beautiful. This is holy ground. Right here in this moment, you're being renewed. Not by effort, but by presence. God's presence. His love is healing old wounds. His voice is calming fears. His peace is filling every space where chaos once lived. And that's why tonight you will feel happy, not because the world changes, but because your heart does. You'll sleep peacefully tonight. Not out of exhaustion, but because you finally trust that God has it all under control. You won't wake up with dread. you won't carry the weight of yesterday. You will rise with a sense of calm, knowing that what's ahead is held by the same hands that carried you through every storm. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls clear debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There's something sacred about how God moves. He doesn't always make an announcement. He doesn't always part the sea in front of a crowd. Sometimes he speaks in a whisper. Sometimes he breaks chains when you're alone in your room. And that's what he's doing right now. He's breaking something off you that has been weighing on you for far too long. That fear, that sadness, that secret shame, that disappointment that quietly followed you everywhere. He's lifting it. You've carried burdens you never told anyone about. You've lived with silent battles, smiling for others while barely holding yourself together. And still, you never let go of your faith. Maybe it flickered, maybe it dimmed, but it never died. And that small ember of faith, God is fanning it into a flame tonight. He is honoring the part of you that chose to believe when it would have been easier to shut down completely. God says you will be very happy tonight. But understand this happiness isn't something shallow. It's not fake joy that fades when the day is done. It's the kind that seeps deep into your soul and stays. It's the kind that reminds you that even if things don't look perfect, God is perfect. Even if life feels uncertain, His plan is still unfolding. This happiness is rooted in trust. You won't feel lost forever. You won't carry this confusion much longer. God is replacing every heavy feeling with a supernatural calm. The kind of calm that confuses the enemy. The kind of calm that makes people ask how you're still standing. And the answer will always be this: because God never left you. Even when your prayers were quiet, even when your hope was hanging by a thread, He stayed. The pressure you felt lately, it wasn't a sign that you're cursed. It was a sign that you're close. The enemy turned up the heat because he knows you're getting closer to breakthrough. But the fire didn't consume you. It refined you. And now that the pressure has done its work, the release is coming, not a small one. A release so big that it will bless not only you, but everyone connected to you. And don't let your mind talk you out of it. Don't let your past try to tell you that you're not worthy of what's coming. Grace doesn't ask for permission. It flows freely to those who are open. And you, despite everything, have stayed open. You've stayed available. You've kept saying, God, I'm still here. I don't know how, but I trust you. That's all He needed. You didn't have to be strong the whole time. You didn't have to be perfect. You just had to stay. And you did. That's why heaven is opening up over you. That's why tonight is different, because you've reached the end of one chapter and the new one is being written right now. Comment Amen if your soul is saying yes to this word. Just one quiet agreement between you and God. You are going to look back and realize that the season that broke you the most was the one that grew you the most. You may not have seen it while you were in it, but it was preparing you. All the nights you wondered if anything would ever change, those were the nights your roots were growing deeper. God was strengthening the parts of you that the world doesn't see. So when He elevates you, you won't fall. This elevation isn't just about status or success. It's about healing. It's about wholeness. It's about finally walking in peace, the kind of peace that doesn't rely on circumstances, the kind that lives in your chest steady and strong no matter what comes. That's what He's giving you now. That's what will carry you through everything ahead. Don't be surprised if you start to feel lighter tonight. If the urge to cry comes, let it. That's not weakness, that's release. That's heaven making room in your heart for what's next. That's your soul stretching out, making space for joy. Don't resist it. Don't question it. Receive it. You don't have to earn it. Just accept it. God is faithful, always has been. Even when you didn't feel it, even when you thought He was silent, He was working. He was weaving things together. And now the pieces are aligning. The answers are unfolding. The things that once made no sense are starting to come into focus. He's not just giving you what you lost. He's giving you more. Restoration is not about going back. It's about stepping forward into something even better. What God restores, He multiplies. What He rebuilds, He strengthens. What He touches, He transforms. That's what He's doing in your life right now. The people who left the opportunities that vanished the doors that closed all of it was redirection, not rejection. And you'll see that now. You'll begin to understand why it had to go the way it did. You'll see that God didn't let you miss anything that was meant for you. And what is meant for you, it's coming, and nothing can stop it. You'll feel it in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. A lightness, a calm, a quiet confidence that says, God is with me. That's how you'll know. That's the shift. That's the beginning of the very happiness He promised you. And it's happening tonight, not because you forced it, but because God ordained it. This moment is sacred. Don't rush past it. Let these words settle into the deepest parts of you. God is not simply doing what you hoped for. He's doing better. He's going beyond your expectation. The thing you kept thinking about, the breakthrough you imagined in your heart, is being handled right now in heaven. You're not forgotten. You're chosen. You're not being ignored. You're being crowned. You see, when God chooses someone, the journey looks different. It's not always easy. It's not always instant. But it is always worth it. You've gone through pressure, delay, and isolation, not because you were being punished, but because you were being prepared. The greater the call, the deeper the preparation. And yours has been deep. But it's also been holy. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God didn't let you break. You bent. Yes, you were weary. But even in the dark, even in the loneliness, you never gave up completely. That was Him keeping you steady. That was grace carrying you when you had no strength of your own. And now He is raising you, not just emotionally, but spiritually, not just with words, but with miracles. The moment you've been waiting for is unfolding quietly. You may not have seen fireworks. You may not feel a loud shift, but God often works in silence before He shows up in strength. The blessing is already moving toward you. The pieces are falling into place. Doors are opening that were once bolted shut. Hearts are softening that you never thought would change. Circumstances are turning in your favor. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You don't need to explain yourself. What God is about to do will speak louder than your voice ever could. You won't need to convince anyone. You'll just walk in it. You'll glow with peace. You'll carry joy. You'll radiate light. People will wonder what changed, and you'll know it was God. Comment Amen if you're ready to receive this shift, not only in your life, but in your heart. This is the kind of move where the old version of you can't follow. You're not going back to insecurity. You're not going back to fear. You're not settling for what drained you before. This time, you're stepping forward with authority, with clarity, with the quiet power of someone who has seen too much to stay silent. Your story is about to change. You'll begin to see things fall off that don't belong. Old habits, toxic thoughts, people who never truly supported you. Don't fight the separation. God is pruning what's around you so that what He's planting can flourish. Growth requires space, and He's making space in your life for joy, peace, and real purpose. You've been walking through life carrying the weight of questions that no one else could answer. You've asked, "Why me?" more times than you can count. But tonight, God is answering not with explanations, but with restoration. He's healing places in you that you forgot were wounded. He's settling the unrest. He's calming the thoughts that tried to overwhelm you. The same God who walked with Daniel in the lion's den is with you now. The same God who split the sea for Moses is making a way for you. The same power that raised Jesus from the grave is alive in your life tonight. This is not symbolic. This is not poetic. This is real, supernatural, personal. And when you least expect it, the very thing you cried over is going to turn into the testimony you'll tell for years. The very thing that brought you pain will become the place where God shows His glory. Not so you can boast, but so you can say, "Look what God has done." That's the kind of joy that's coming. That's the kind of happiness He promised for tonight. This season you're entering, it will not look like the last one. You won't fight the same battles. You won't carry the same burdens. You won't keep waking up tired in your soul. This time your rest will be real. Your peace will be rooted. Your hope will be alive because it will be built on the foundation of His promise, not the opinion of people. You are not who you were a year ago. You've grown, you've deepened, you've matured. And because of that, you're ready for the blessing that once would have overwhelmed you. You're ready to carry what God is trusting you with. He's not just blessing you, He's partnering with you, you and heaven working together. That's what this is. Even in the stillness, He's working. Even in the waiting, He's shaping things. And now what He shaped in secret is coming into the light, not to embarrass you, but to elevate you. God will use the very parts of your story you wanted to hide as proof of His goodness. What the enemy meant to shame you, God will use to shine through you. You're not behind. You're right on time. You didn't miss it. You're in the middle of it. And it's only going to get better from here. Better days, brighter mornings, deeper peace, stronger faith. All of it wrapped in His grace. So tonight, as you rest your head, don't replay the pain. Don't rehearse the fear. Instead, breathe, smile, even if softly, and say, "Thank you, God, for remembering me, because He has, and what's next will prove it. You've spent so long trying to make sense of why certain things didn't work out. You blamed yourself. You questioned your own worth. But God wants to silence those lies tonight. It didn't fall apart because you weren't good enough. It fell apart because it was never meant to carry you to where He's taking you. The breaking wasn't rejection. It was redirection. He had to make room. Room for real love. Room for divine alignment. Room for the healing you didn't even know you needed. There were places you almost settled, relationships you almost stayed in, opportunities you almost chased. But God in His mercy stepped in and blocked it. You were disappointed then. But tonight, you'll begin to see why it had to happen that way. He was protecting you, preserving you, positioning you. Every no that crushed your spirit back then was His loud yes to something greater. The pain wasn't pointless. The tears weren't wasted. Each one watered the ground where your blessing is now about to bloom. God doesn't forget the tears you cry in secret. He bottles them. He remembers them. And in His perfect time, He turns them into rivers of joy. That's what you're stepping into tonight. Rivers, not drops, not trickles. Rivers of joy flowing from a place of pure grace. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. What's coming will not feel like a struggle. It will feel like rest. It will feel like peace washing over your shoulders. You won't have to fight for it. You won't have to beg for it. The doors that are opening will swing wide with ease because they were designed specifically for you. Your name is already on the blessing. You don't need to compete. You don't need to perform. You just need to receive. You're entering a season where things will begin to make sense. Not all at once, but little by little clarity will start replacing confusion. And where there was chaos, you'll start to feel calm. You'll look around and realize that the stress you once woke up with is no longer gripping you. That anxiety that used to sit on your chest will begin to break. Not because everything is perfect, but because you'll finally know that God is with you in it. He's been walking with you this whole time, through the disappointment, through the silence, through the ache of unanswered prayers. And even when He didn't speak, He was still present. Even when He didn't move the way you wanted, He was still working behind the scenes. God has been closer to you in the wilderness than some people were in your celebrations. Comment 1212 if you believe He's been with you, even in the moments when you couldn't feel Him. This happiness He's bringing you tonight is not about everything going right. It's about knowing you are not alone anymore. It's about waking up with renewed purpose. It's about breathing deeply, knowing that you are held, loved, and chosen. It's not the kind of joy the world gives. It's deeper, holier, sacred. This joy is going to stay with you. God has already gone ahead of you. He's preparing hearts to favor you. He's aligning opportunities that no resume could have secured. He's placing your name in conversations you've never been part of, and He's doing it quietly, gently, perfectly, because He wants you to know that it's not by your effort, it's by His hand. People will ask how you made it, how you healed, how you kept going, and your answer will be simple. God carried me. That's what's happening now. You are being carried, lifted, surrounded. Even if life around you looks the same, something inside of you is different, stronger, steadier, unshakable. You will smile again without forcing it. You'll laugh without guilt. You'll trust without fear, because God is restoring not only what you lost, but also what you stopped believing you could ever have again. He's bringing back the hope you buried, the spark you thought was gone, the joy you almost forgot existed. And no, it won't be like before. It will be better, because this time it will be rooted in Him, not in people, not in circumstances, but in His unchanging love. That's why it will last. That's why it will feel so different, because it won't be attached to anything temporary. It will be built on the rock of His promise. This is not just encouragement. It's a word from heaven to your heart. You are not disqualified. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are seen, known, called, and chosen. And tonight is the moment God marked as your turning point. This is not your finish line. It's your beginning. So don't go to sleep heavy. Don't go to sleep wondering if it will ever get better. God says it already has. Things are moving even if you can't see them yet. And when it does appear, it will be unmistakable. It will feel right. It will bring peace. It will be pure. You won't question if it's from God. Your heart will know. You will wake up lighter, more focused, more confident, not in yourself, but in Him. Because He is the same God who rescued you before. And He's not going to stop now. His goodness didn't expire. His love hasn't changed. His power hasn't weakened. And His promise hasn't failed. Tonight, let your heart rest in that truth. Let your mind slow down. Let His peace cover you like a warm blanket. You don't need all the answers. You just need to know the one who holds them. And He's holding you too. What God is doing in your life right now isn't random. It's not delayed anymore. It's not a maybe. It's a move of heaven. Quiet, steady, and undeniable. He is fulfilling promises that have been hidden under years of pain, disappointment, and waiting. You might not have even had the strength to hope for it anymore, but He remembered. And tonight, He's giving you the first taste of what's been waiting for you all along. Comment 555 if something in your heart feels this word is for you. This is your personal confirmation. You don't have to second guess it. You don't have to ask for more signs. You don't need anyone else to agree. God is speaking directly to you right here, right now. That ache in your chest that you've been carrying quietly, He's touching it. That thing you've been begging Him to fix, He's working on it. You've wondered if your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, but they weren't. They reached Him, and He's responding. It's easy to think others are the ones God blesses. It's easy to think favor skips over you, but tonight, God is turning that lie on its head. This time, it's your name being spoken, your tears being answered, your healing being released. You're not excluded. You're embraced. You're not overlooked. You're being pulled in close. There's a reason you've been feeling this pressing in your spirit lately. A tension you couldn't explain. That wasn't anxiety. That was the atmosphere around you changing. That was God clearing the space for His next move in your life. He's been shifting things in the background. Conversations, opportunities, hearts, timing, and now all of it is catching up to this moment. You've had to walk by faith longer than you wanted. You've waited longer than you expected. You've carried pain deeper than you admitted. But none of it was missed. None of it was wasted. God is about to make sense of what seemed senseless. He's about to turn sorrow into strength, confusion into clarity, waiting into witness. You're about to see what He's been doing all along. Comment 1-1 if you're ready to walk boldly into the joy God promised you. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You don't need to do anything to earn this. There's no checklist, no condition. Just be still. Let your heart be open, that's all. God isn't interested in performance. He wants your presence. He wants your honesty, your tired prayers, your half-whispers of hope. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for surrender. And the moment you surrender, that's when the shift happens. The enemy tried to convince you that nothing would ever change, that this is how it would always be.